Hey there guys, Robert here, and welcome back to Season 1 of the Random Albums Marble Race. Last time, these 33 albums did not make it to the finish, so they were all up for elimination. We have received a total of 47 votes, which is not only 19 votes more than last time, but also the most amount of votes we have received in any Marble-related series on this channel. That is incredible! And I know this is due to the fact that you can now vote for up to 3 albums to be saved, but still, thank y'all for the support. It is greatly appreciated as always. So now, let's get started. Much like the last episode, since 5 of you will be eliminated, I'm splitting you all up into groups of 5, with the first group containing 8 albums, the second group containing 7 albums, and the last 3 groups containing 6 albums each. Now, let's get started with forming the first group. For group 1, I'm going to need the following 8 albums: Aphex Twin's Selected Ambient Works Volume 2, David Guetta's Listen, Foo Fighters' Wasting Light, Jamie XX's In Color, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, Miles Davis's Bee Brew, Tim Hecker's Virgins, and Weezer's Blue Album. And this is your first group. 7 of you will make it into the final 40, 1 of you leaves us today. Now let's get started with the results. Out of the 8 of you, only 5 of you received at least 1 vote. After the vote, the first album to make it into the final 40 is Selected Ambient Works Volume 2 with 4 votes. The second album to make it into the final 40 is To Pimp a Butterfly with 3 votes. The next 2 albums I'm going to be calling on received just 2 votes. So in no particular order, the third album to make it into the final 40 is The Blue Album. The fourth album to make it into the final 40 is Listen. And the fifth album to make it into the final 40 based on your votes is Wasting Light with 1 vote. And that means In Color, Bee Brew, and Virgins are your bottom 3 for this group because they did not receive a single vote at all. And since that's the case, it's time we bring the spinner back. You know how the cookie crumbles. The 2 albums that get picked by the spinner first will advance to the final 40, whereas the album that does not get picked will unfortunately be eliminated. And yeah, this is going to be disappointing, no matter what happens, because I adore all 3 of these albums equally. So now, let's get started with the first verdict. According to the spinner, the 6th album from this group to make it into the final 40 is Bee Brew. And then there were 2, In Color and Virgins. Only 1 of you will continue to stay in the competition, whereas the other will unfortunately leave the competition today. Now, the 7th and final album from this group to make it into the final 40 is Virgins. And that means In Color, unfortunately and shockingly, leaves us today on the Random Albums Marble Race. Oh my god, already, we haven't even gotten to the second group, and already we have a big, shocking elimination, guys. Holy shit. In Color is seriously one of the best albums of the 2010s. To see it go so soon is tragic, but hopefully it'll have a chance at rejoining in the future. But for now, let's put you in the results box. Alright guys, with In Color eliminated, we are left with our final 44. While it is a big shock that one of my favorite albums of 2015 is eliminated so early in the competition, the next elimination could be another big shocker because one of these albums is about to be the second eliminated this episode. Now let's form the second group. For Group 2, I'm getting the following 7 albums: Boy Genius's The Record, Infected Mushrooms' Army of Mushrooms, Orbital's Insides, Porter Robinson's Nurture, Skrillex's Quest for Fire, Venetian Snare's Doll Doll Doll, and Ween's The Mollusk. And here we have your second group, ladies and gentlemen. 6 of you roll on, 1 of you heads out. Out of the 7 of you, 4 of you received at least 1 vote. The first album to make it into the final 40 based on your votes is Insides with 4 votes. The second album to make it into the final 40 is Doll 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 with 3 votes. The next 2 albums I'm going to be calling on received just 1 vote. So in no particular order, the third album to make it into the final 40 is Nurture. And the fourth album to make it into the final 40 is The Mollusk. And that means The Record, Army of Mushrooms, and Quest for Fire did not receive any votes, therefore they're the bottom 3 for this group. And we're bringing the spinner back for this one as well. The 2 albums that get picked by the spinner first will move on to the final 40, whereas the 1 album that does not get picked will unfortunately leave us today. Good luck to all of you. Now, according to the spinner, the 5th album to make it into the final 40 is The Record. And now it has all come down to just the 2 of you, Army of Mushrooms and Quest for Fire. 1 of you will be making it into the final 40, the other is eliminated. Good luck to the both of you. Now, the 6th and final album from this group to make it into the final 40 is Quest for Fire. And that means Army of Mushrooms leaves us today on the Random Albums Marble Race. I mean, yeah, this is another disappointing elimination for me. Because to me, Army of Mushrooms is one of IM's best albums. I think it's my second favorite for them, just only behind Vicious Delicious. Just, I really love, how they experimented with, mainstream EDM on that album, Army of Mushrooms here. Yeah, we're certainly gonna miss it, but yeah, let's put you in the results box. Alright guys, with Army of Mushrooms eliminated, we are left with our final 43. While the journey of another dope album has ended today, the eliminations are still not over yet. Who will be the third to be eliminated this episode? Let's find out as we form the third group. For Group 3, I'm going to need the following 6 albums: BT's These Hopeful Machines, Deadmau5's Random Album Title, Kid Rock's Bad Reputation, Mac Miller's Circles, NF's Hope, and the Chemical Brothers' Dig Your Own Hole. And here we have the third group. For 5 of you, the dreams of winning continue to be alive, while for 1 of you, the dream dies. Out of the 6 of you, 4 of you received at least 1 vote, while the other 2 didn't receive any votes. Now for the results. The first album from this group to make it into the final 40 is Random Album Title with 5 votes. The second album to make it into the final 40 is These Hopeful Machines with 2 votes. The next 2 albums I'm going to be calling on received just 1 vote. So in no particular order, the third album to make it into the final 40 is Bad Reputation. And the fourth album to make it into the final 40 is Hope. And now that leaves just the 2 of you who have not received a single vote at all: Circles and Dig Your Own Hole. 1 of you will make it into the final 40, the other is unfortunately eliminated. And it's all at the hands of the spinner. Both of these albums are stellar, but unfortunately, one has to go. Good luck to the both of you. Now, according to the spinner, the fifth and final album from this group to make it into the final 40 is Dig Your Own Hole. And that means Circles leaves us today on the Random Albums Marble Race. Oh my God, this is really a shame. I mean, in my opinion, this is Mac Miller's best album, and in my opinion, one of the best albums of the 2020s decade so far. It's just a really, really powerful, emotional album to me, especially the track Good News, man. Like, Good News just hits deep, man. But yeah, rest in peace, Mac Miller. And now, let's put you in the results box. Alright guys, with Circles eliminated, we are left with our final 42. It is pretty saddening that the only posthumous album in this entire competition got eliminated, but two more have to leave us this episode. Let's see who will be the fourth to be eliminated this episode as we form the fourth group. For group 4, I'm going to need the following 6 albums: Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, David Bowie's Black Star, Ed Sheeran's Multiply, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, Radiohead's Kid A, and Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life. And this is the fourth group. You know the drill. 5 will go through, 1 goes home. Out of the 6 of you, 4 of you received at least 1 vote. The other 2 did not receive a vote at all. Now for the results. The first album from this group to make it into the final 40 based on your votes is Multiply with 5 votes. The second album to make it into the final 40 is Jagged Little Pill with 2 votes. The next 2 albums I'm going to be calling on received just 1 vote. In no particular order, the third album to make it into the final 40 is Kid A. And the fourth album to make it into the final 40 is Dark Side of the Moon. And now that leaves just the remaining 2 of you who have received the lowest votes with 0. Black Star and Songs in the Key of Life. 2 amazing albums by 2 life-defining artists. But which one will stay? And which one will get the boot? At the end of the day, it is all up to the spinner. Good luck to the both of you. Now, the fifth and final album from this group to make it into the final 40 is Black Star. And that means Songs in the Key of Life leaves us today on Ram R. Oh man, this is another big one, guys. Songs in the Key of Life. Like, you know, this album nearly got eliminated in the last episode, and here it is standing at the end of Group 4's elimination. And yeah, wow. Really saddening to see Songs in the Key of Life go. It is an amazing album, you know, especially songs like Sir Duke. Like, it is a classic, man. But yeah, let's put you in the results box. Alright guys, with Songs in the Key of Life eliminated, we are left with our final 41. Yep, while another classic album heads on out, one more album will have to follow suit in this episode. This is the fifth and final group, the 6 remaining albums standing right before you right now. Kraftwerk's Autobahn, Milky Star, My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade, System of a Down's Toxicity, Tyler the Creator's Fireboy, and Vale Smith's Chorus Gate. As per usual, 5 of you will be moving on to the final 40. 1 of you, however, will be leaving us right now. Out of the 6 of you, only 4 of you received at least 1 vote. The other 2 received no votes. Now for the results. The first album from this group to make it into the final 40 is Autobahn with 4 votes. The second album to make it into the final 40 is The Black Parade with 2 votes. The next 2 albums I'm going to be calling on received only just 1 vote. So in no particular order, the third album to make it into the final 40 is Star. And the fourth album to make it into the final 40 is Flower Boy. And that, my friends, leaves just the 2 of you who have received no votes at all. Toxicity and Chorus Gate. 2 albums who have never been up for elimination before. However, one of you will take the last spot in the final 40. The other is eliminated. And it's all up to the one and only spinner. Good luck to the both of you. Now, the fifth and final album to make it into the final 40 from this group is Chorus Gate. And that means, shockingly, Toxicity leaves us today on Ram R. Oh my God, what are y'all doing? Like, you see this? You see what happens when you don't vote for the best? Toxicity gets eliminated. Pretty sad day for all rock lovers out there. Toxicity is such a classic metal album. Probably one of my favorite metal albums alongside Tool's Anima. Like, it's just pretty much a classic in every single sense of the word. And yeah, we'll miss it. Hopefully it gets a shot at rejoining. I can only cross my fingers. Now let's put you in the results box. Alright guys, with Toxicity eliminated, we are left with our final 40. Yep, that's right guys, we are now through with the second elimination of the season. Congrats to those who have survived, and my condolences to the fans of the albums that got eliminated. Also, as you can see, every single row has at least one album eliminated from the competition. And yeah, about the eliminations, yeah, wow. All of them were pretty disappointing to me, considering the fact that the 5 albums that were eliminated are albums that I actually really love. And it's also bullshit if you think about it, because you're letting David Guetta and Kid Rock go through, but not fucking Stevie Wonder, or System of a Down, or Jamie XX, or Mac Miller, or Infected Mushroom too. Like, what the hell, guys? Vote for the best. Sure, I included Listen and Bad Reputation for the sake of variety, even though they're bad albums, but still, vote for the best. Please. Alright, now we are gonna release the final 40 at the start. Like usual, the albums that make it to the finish will be safe from elimination and will make it into the final 35, while the rest of the albums will be at risk of elimination. Good luck to all of you. Now let's get started with Season 1, Episode 3 of the Random Albums Marble Race. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Let's go! This stage is a no-brainer. All of you are gonna make it. I promise you. Okay, I see. Flight Facilities Forever make it. De Todas las Flores, Autobahn, Bloom, Multiply, and the last out. And yeah, there's only Nurture left in this stage. Nurture is the last to make it. And now moving on to the Oval Gear stage. Here we go. Alright, a handful of users have made it, including Black Star and Kid A. Multiply has made it also. Bloom, B-Brew, Corskate, Weezer's stuck. Weezer's Blue Album is stuck. Surprise T-Pab didn't push it off. SAW2 has made it. Who's going to push Blue Album off? Who's going to push the Blue Album off? Let's see. And I think it was Lifeform. Wait, no. Yeah, it was Lifeforms that pushed the Blue Album off. Good job. All right. And it looks like Dark Side of the Moon is the second to last to make it, which means the last to make it will be Discovery. And now we're moving on to the Invisible stage. Let's go. Looks like a handful has made it, including Quest for Fire. Audubon has made it. Jagged Little Pill. Also, happy anniversary to Jagged Little Pill. Yeah, Discovery has made it. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Meteora. Flower Boy. And yeah, there's only 3 albums left. We got Folklore, Random Album Title, and the Blue Album still stuck here. Alright, Blue Album has made it, and now we're left with just Rats. Okay, never mind. Random Album Title's made it. Yeah, and it looks like Folklore, I think. Is that... Yeah, Folklore is the last album to make it. Why is it taking so long? Like, why? Come on. Come on. Anytime now. There you go. That's a good Folklore. That's a good album. Good album. And keep in mind, I said good album, like, in the same sense as a good boy or good girl. Like, yeah. Hope you got the joke or whatever. I'm not funny. I'm not sure if that was even a joke, but yeah. Forget it. Let's just move on to the Technoblade versus Dream Fight. Here we go. Let's go. All right. Handful has made it, including Jagged Little Pill. Jelly Tones has made it. Audubon. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Folklore. SAW2. Bad Reputation. I don't understand why people would vote for Bad Reputation. Yeah, everybody has made it, including De Todos Las Flores. I think De Todos Las Flores was the last one to make it. Now we're moving on to this Complex Gear stage. Let's go. Alright, handful have made it, including Black Star, Amber, Forever, Doll. Looks like Purple Rain, I think. Wait, is that... Yeah, that is Purple Rain. I thought it was Dark Side of the Moon for a second, but it was Purple Rain. I was right the first time. Yeah, looks like the only album that's left is Folklore again. And yeah, good Folklore. Alright, now moving on to the Pie stage. Here we go. Okay. I'm pretty sure all of you are going to make this one since there's plenty of attempts left here. Okay, looks like Bloom and Nurture are still left in the stage. Nurture has made it, and that means Rufus Du Sol's Bloom is the only album left in this stage. Okay, looks like... Alright, Bloom has finally made it, and now moving on to the... Anime stage. Oh, woo! Let's go. Good luck to all of you. Good luck to all of you, especially in this stage, because this is hard. Like, especially when there's still a lot of you left. Okay, attempts are dwindling quickly. See, Discovery's made it. All right, let's see who's gonna be up for elimination this time.
Psych.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. The Blue Album almost made it. Like it literally bounced like from here to there for a second. Like, bruh, how? Anyways, these albums are up for elimination, unfortunately, and those albums are Random Album Title, Flower Boy, Hope, Insides, Black Star, Bloom, and the Blue Album. Sorry to all of you, but you are all up for elimination. As for the rest of you, however, you're all gonna be moving on to this stage. Here we go. Let's do this shit. The first album to make it is Dark Side of the Moon, followed by the Black Parade and others along the way. Jelly Tones. We got the Mollusk Ocean Man. Yeah. All right. Stars made it. These Hopeful Machines. De Todas Las Flores. Wasting Light, Doll. Okay, attempts have ran out. Okay, and the last to make it will be Forever. And it looks like these 3 albums are up for elimination. And those albums are Kid A, Discovery, and Meteora. Meteora is up for elimination for the first time. So yeah, sorry to all of you, but you are all up for elimination. As for the rest of you, y'all are gonna be moving on to the Red Zone. Let's get on with this. Alright, looks like Listen and Chorus Gate are the first to make it, followed by T-Pab, These Hopeful Machines, Multiply, a few others. Also Purple Rain, also Wasting Light, also Jagged Little Pill. Alright, Bad Reputation, SAW2. Attempts are running out quickly. And yeah, looks like plenty more areas are going to be up for elimination. And those albums are Doll Doll Doll, The Mollusk, Folklore, Forever, Quest for Fire, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Amber, Star, Dig Your Own Hole, The Record, Jelly Tones, and Nurture. Sorry to all of you, but you are all up for elimination. And now we're going to bring this back down to normal speed because we have reached the end of the Parkour Palace. By the way, special shout out to Wisteria. Credit goes to them. They did an amazing job with the Parkour Palace as always. And yeah, the albums that make it to the finish will be safe for another episode. They will make it into the final 35. The rest of yous will be up for elimination. Good luck to all of you. Here we go. Good luck. All right, let's see who makes it. And okay. Oh my God, Listen made it. Oh no. Listen is safe. No. I mean, what are you gonna do? It was gonna happen eventually, but yeah, it looks like 4 more albums are up for elimination, and those albums are Dark Side of the Moon, Wasting Light, Be-Brew, and Jagged Little Pill. Sorry to all of you, you are all up for elimination. And at least these albums are safe from elimination on the flip side of things. And those albums are Lifeforms, Bad Reputation. No! Come on! Not Bad Reputation, come on. And yeah, also T-Pat, To Pimp a Butterfly, Virgins, Select That Baby Works Volume 2, Hard Normal Daddy, The Black Parade, Listen, Audubon, Multiply, These Hopeful Machines, Chorus Gate, De Todas las Flores, and Purple Rain. Congrats to all of you. For the most part, you are all safe. And these albums are up for elimination, and so are these guys, and these guys. So viewers, voters, subscribers, and everyone else out there, vote for which album should be saved from elimination by going to the Trump link in the description and pinned comment. Voting will end next week on Wednesday, June 21st, 2023 at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The 5 albums with the least amount of votes will be eliminated from the competition, so start voting and stay tuned.